welcome everyone to today's AMA. I'm Laura, your host for today. Well, recently CoinW listed the highly anticipated SpaceX token SPCX, and with the potential SpaceX IPO now rumored at a 1.8 trillion valuation, interest in bringing traditional financial assets onto crypto platforms is surging. As more stocks, commodities, and private company exposure enter crypto-native environments, exchanges are evolving into gateways between traditional finance and digital assets. While meanwhile, major cryptos like BTC and ETH have pulled back and risk appetite has cooled. So, how should traders navigate this next phase? Where the TradFi narrative is rising while crypto faces pressure. Today, we've invited several industry guests to discuss the opportunities, risks, and long-term implications of this convergence. Okay, that's exactly what we are talking about today. Well, firstly, let's welcome the digital marketing lead of ENI, Goku.
Hey, thanks for having me here. I think this topic is pretty on topic for things we've been working here at ENI. So I think it'll be cool to dive into.
Okay, great. Thanks for Goku. And next one, let's hear from the Fiducia contributor, Cici.
Hi everyone, I'm CC from Fiducia. Um, Thank you for having me. I lead app community and existing development and also serve as a contributor. Uh, about our company, Fiducia Trusted Advisors or FTA, Fiducia is a US FTG licensed as an MSB. We leverage blockchains, coins, and AI to provide silence with 24/7 automated trading and secure asset custody. Yeah, this is my introduction. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Thanks for CC. Well, next one, let's invite the Salulu Pay BD head, Freya.
Hi, I'm Freya from Salulu, and thanks to CoinW to host the space, and thank you for having me today. And I'll give a quick intro about what we do. Salulu is a utility ecosystem built around stable coins. We are building a bridge. We connect your crypto asset directly to real world daily life and making stable coins not just for trading but for spending and using. And also, I want to share a massive milestone for our community. On June 25th, we are officially launching our SLP token. SLP is the industry's first RWA token issuance. It has a fixed supply of 10 billion pressed at 0.01 USDT with zero future inflation, and it will be launched on 11 major exchanges, including OKX, BitGuys, Ybit, and yeah, I'm happy to be here to discuss with all of you. Thanks.
Okay, great. Thanks for Freya. Well, next one, let's hear from the ambassador of Coin Power, Jin.
Hey, hi everyone. Thanks for having me. So I'm Jim. So I'm representing the Compower. So we're a Web3 information and market intelligence platform. So like we will focus on crypto news, market insight, project discover, and helping users follow the Web3 market more clearly and effectively. So I'm happy to join today's discussion and share some thoughts from Compower's perspective. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Well, next one, let's hear the Utland market lead, Ryan.
So, hello everyone. I'm Ryan from Utland. Uh, Utland is building a real-world assets platform focused on the culture and art. We source real cultural assets, verify their authenticity, tokenize them on chain, and net real cash flows, such as exploitation, licensing, and publishing support of our token ATEX. Our goal is to connect the art world with Web3 in a transparent and value-driven way. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Ryan. Well, last one, let's hear the CBO of AstroX Global, Roman.
Hi there, everyone. Thanks for having me, and thanks to CoW for the hosting. And congrats the SPC listing. That's the bold move, and it's exactly the kind of thing that makes sense to the topic timely. And I have the quick intro for myself. I'm Roman, and I run business and partnership at Astrox. We are the compliant first exchange built for Southeast Asia, like Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia, and mostly young mobile first user, and a lot of them to this new space. So thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks for Roman. Well, guys, now let's dive into the questions. The question one is SpaceX related assets have recently attracted attention on crypto trading platforms. What do you think is the main appeal of these TradFi assets for users? Are they worth considering for ordinary traders? Okay, and this question, let's first invite Ryan.
Okay, I think the biggest appeal is simple. TradFi gives ordinary people a chance to invest in top companies annually. For regular users, instead of randomly buying things in the secondary market, it makes more sense to buy into these top companies. So being able to invest the world's best founders is a very uh, attractive opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Thanks for Ryan. Then let's hear from Roman.
All right, about this question, I think the appeal is pretty simple and it's real access. For more of history, something like the pre-IPO SpaceX exposure was locked by behind a creditable investor roles, and the private sounds and the connectors. So a regular person in Manila or Hanoi had zero shot at it. Tokenizing that access and putting it on an exchange tier DAO that's world that generally powerful and credit to platform pushing on it. So the appeal is access plus narrative and people want a piece of the companies that actually believe in and not just another meme coin. So now is worth it to ordinary trader? My honest answer was the access is worth getting excited about, but user need to go with their eyes open. The token trading a private company isn't the same as owning in equity. So there are some questions around how the price track the underlying liquidity, redemption, and what you actually hold legally. None of that kills the opportunity, but for the retail user I work with is the gap between I bought the SpaceX and I bought the token references SpaceX is exactly where people get hurt if nobody explains it. The real appeal and real opportunity, but it only works the long term if platform pays the access with education. So that's the part I care the most about.
Yeah, sure. Great. Thanks for Roman. Then, guys, we want to talk about this question for everyday traders. What is the biggest advantage for the trading TradeFi assets on a crypto exchange compared with using a traditional brokerage? Okay, a good question. And first, we'll hear from Ryan.
Okay, so for everyday traders, the biggest advantage is crypto global liquidity. Traditional brokerages have regional restrictions and investment barriers, account limitations. But on crypto exchanges, capital can move to global markets in a very short time. This means investors are no longer limited by where they are located or by the access they local brokers provide. They can participate in high quality global access more freely. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks for Ryan. Then we'll hear from Jim.
Okay, so like for me, I think the biggest advantage is the crypto exchange give like everyday trader more choice and more flexibility. So like in the traditional brokerage, so like they have a lot of hurdles. So like for account setup, regional restriction or minimum requirements. So it can make hard for many users to access the same opportunities. But in the crypto exchange, like the experience is much easier and more direct. So like our user can move bitcoins or change to stable coins or TradFi related assets in one place pretty easily. So they don't need to use multiple apps or wait for bank transfer or go through complicated like C2C process to move capital around. So I think the biggest value is like the flexibility. So it gives traders like more choices and more capital movements much smoother. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Jim. Then we wanna hear the insights from Freya.
Yeah, thank you. And I totally agree with two speakers said before. I think the biggest advantages come down to two words: accessible and low barrier. Opening an account with a traditional brokerage requires ID, proof of address, and a bank account. And some countries have minimum deposit, and also many overseas brokers are not available everywhere. But on crypto exchanges, if you already have a crypto wallet, you can get an account in minutes and start with as little as maybe $5. So I think another advantage is trading hours. Traditional stock market have fixed open and close time, but token in crypto platforms open trade all day. And if you want to trade before or after regular market hours, it gives you a lot of flexibility. And I think those advantages are real, but we also need to remember convenience often comes with higher risk, like some lower liquidity compared to uh, real stocks market and the counterparty risk. So this is my take. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Freya. Then we wanna hear from Sissy.
Yeah, okay, thank you for this question. First, I completely agree with everyone's point of view. For me, I can start from more intuitive angle here. For average trader says the biggest shift is not just more access or easier trading. It's more about how they actually get into the market that's changing. In traditional brokerage systems, you go through layers before you actually reach the market. Uh, like maybe like accounts compliance project segmentation, all of that defines what you can see. So you're not directly interacting with the market, you are accessing it through a stack of systems. So, but in crypto or on-chain and hybrid environments, that structure feels flipped. I I want to share you are not entering a system anymore. You are operating inside a continuous liquid space. It sounds abstract, but in practice, it's actually quite tangible. A notch of the old constituents were past dependent where you are, what accounts you have, what access exists. Uh, that friction is being it's been flattened. The deeper shift is the absence is that market partners measureless and they are increasingly background inputs rather than verbal filters. So multi-layers. So I wouldn't frame it as more access, but uh, a structural shift in how markets are organized. The market is shifting from an entry-based structure to a continuously open equity space. Yeah. And that transition is still playing out. This is my opinion. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Thanks, Cici. Well, last one, let's hear from Goku.
Hey, thanks, Laura. Yeah, from my perspective, the advantage isn't just access, it's efficiency. So traditional financial markets are still largely constrained, as other people pointed out, by like geography, business hours, settlement cycles, and even like fragmented payment infrastructure, which not every user sees every day, but sometimes once you come against it, it can be really annoying. So, for example, even opening an account, moving funds across borders, and settling transactions, depending on which kinds of transactions they often involve multiple intermediaries and delays. But as we know, crypto native platforms can fundamentally change that experience. Like, not only can users access global markets 24/7 and settle transactions in real time, they can also move value across borders with significantly lower friction. And I think the bigger story even kind of goes beyond trading these. Like, the real innovation isn't necessarily tokenizing stocks, because we already had stocks. The real innovation is tokenizing settlement, which, yeah, in crypto that already came before, but that's still the innovation we're offering. And now we're just bringing stocks in, right? So once assets become programmable and settlement becomes instant, entirely new financial workflows possibly become possible. So like assets, payments, compliance, and treasury management can all operate within the same on-chain environment. That won't necessarily happen directly, but it's definitely possible on the technical side. So this is exactly why Any is building AnyPay, because we believe the future is not just about bringing traditional assets on chain, but also creating a global settlement layer that allows businesses, institutions, AI agents, and users to transact seamlessly across borders. So in the long run, whoever owns the settlement layer will probably create the most value, because every tokenized asset ultimately needs an efficient way to move and settle. That's all I have for that question. Thanks, Laura.
Okay, great. Thanks for Goku. Well, guys, our guest has already provided a very comprehensive answer regarding this advantage. Then we want to ask, if crypto exchanges continue to list more TradFi assets, how do you think this could affect the position of crypto native assets? What impact might it have on Bitcoin's long-term trajectory? Okay, this question, let's first hear from Roman.
Hello,
Mhm.
guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. About this question, I don't think the TradFi assets coming out on chain hurt the crypto native assets. I think they grow the whole pie. And here's my reasoning. The things that bring the new user onto exchange is often something they already understand, and a brand they know, the company they believe in, a stock, and TradFi assets are fantastic on ramp for exactly that reason. But once someone inside on the crypto rail and holding the wallet, they discover the Bitcoin or Ethereum, the native ecosystem. So the TradFi assets are top of funnel, and they put people in, and crypto native asset benefit downstream. So on Bitcoin specifically and long term, I think more TradFi on chain strengthen the Bitcoin role and not weaken that. And as more real world value move onto this wheel, and the market still want the natural on sovereign, the base assets and settlement layers. That role doesn't go away because you can buy the tokenization store, and if anything gets more important. So I not the TradFi will replace the crypto native. I think there will be the commitment and exchange become the meeting rules.
Okay, right. Thanks, Roman. Well, then let's hear from Freya.
Yeah, thank you. And I think this is a good question. And also, this is a question I get asked a lot. Many people worry that TradFi assets will replace crypto, but my view is that in the short term, there will be some capital rotation, but in the long term, this trend will make crypto stronger. And let's talk about the short term first. I think in the next 1 to 2 years, right now the crypto market is in a quiet period, and there are not many exciting new narrative in native crypto. So assets like SpaceX that have real business fundamental will attract a lot of speculative money looking for certainty. And this means that some weaker altcoins will with no real use case will lose liquidity and fade away. And you know, this will become a major competition point between exchanges. Whoever lists the most popular TradFi assets first will win the most users. And but here's what most people miss: this is not a zero sum game. In the long term, 3 to 5 years out, this will be the best thing that ever happened to bitcoins, because I think native crypto assets have a unique value that no TradFi assets can copy, such as bitcoins is decentralized, censorship resistant, and exist completely outside the traditional banking system. No stock, no bond, no commodity can do that. And listing SpaceX token uh, on an exchanges doesn't change that fundamental truth at all. And also, I think this TradFi assets are a gateway for millions of new users. Most people are scared of bitcoins because they don't understand what it is. But everyone knows SpaceX, Tesla, and Apple. They will come to crypto exchanges to trade these familiar assets, and then over time they will learn about Bitcoin and maybe add it to their portfolios as a safe hedge. And this will open up trillions of dollars of new money from traditional finance into crypto. And also, I think this will speed up the growth of the real world assets tokenization, and bitcoins will become the most important collab- uh, collateral for the entire RWA ecosystem. Uh, that will make bitcoins ever more valuable, even more valuable, and solidify its position as the global digital reserve asset. Yeah, this is my take. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks for your insight, Freya. Then, guys, we wanna hear from Cici.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. For question three, um, for me, I think if more TradFi assets move on to crypto reals through tokenization, I wouldn't frame it as just more assets entering the space. It feels more like a structural shift in how capital markets are organized. Right now, global markets are still pretty segmented. For equities, fixed income, cash like instruments, crypto, they all operate in different liquidity and settlement environments, and the way they connect is still naturally through.
Well, okay, Cici, that's all for your answer. Okay, Great. Thanks, this season. The last one we want to hear from Goku.
Hey, yeah. I mean, I think I'm kind of on the same page as a lot of everybody who's answered, but yeah, I don't see TradFi assets and crypto native assets as competitors. I see them sort of as different components of the same future financial system because the industry is evolving through several stages. So if we kind of look back, first we had crypto native assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum, obviously. And then stable coins were kind of another evolution emerging as a bridge between traditional finance and blockchain networks. And so now we're kind of entering the next phase of like tokenized real world assets. Also private equity funds, commodities, and like other institutional grade financial products also moving on chain, as it seems to be in the future. So as more TradFi assets become available through crypto infrastructure, I actually believe Bitcoin's long-term position becomes stronger rather than weaker. So, historically, Bitcoin's value came primarily from being a scarce digital asset. In the future, Bitcoin could also serve as a reserve asset for increasingly large on-chain economy, which is still within its same scope as it's always been. It's just it's almost like building on top of its potential and using it even more for what it was originally made for. So just as traditional financial systems rely on reserve assets and settlement layers, blockchain-based financial systems will require trusted reserve assets as their foundation. So while Bitcoin's share maybe of overall trading volume on chain specifically may decrease as more asset classes enter the market, its strategic importance could continue to rise. So if we're including those market assets against BTC dominance, then like it might look like BTC is losing dominance, but that doesn't actually mean that it's losing use at all. So overall, like I think my views relatively can be kind of simpled down by like Bitcoin may became less dominant in trading volume, but more important as the reserve layer of the on-chain economy. So for infrastructure providers like any, our role is to provide the rails that allow all of these assets, crypto native, stablecoins, RWAs, and enterprise assets to coexist within a unified, scalable, and compliant financial ecosystem. That's all. Thanks.
Okay, right. Thanks for Goku. Well, guys, I believe everyone is quite familiar with the answers to this question. Then we have the question 4, and this question is only for Jim. While Bitcoin, ETH, and other major crypto assets have recently seen significant declines, do you view this as normal market volatility or a sign that the crypto bear market may not really be over? Okay, it's your turn, Jim.
So I think it's just a normal market volatility. So especially for crypto. So crypto is always a high risk, high return market. So big pullbacks are part of the game. So I don't think like every decline means the market is broken. But at the same time, we have to admit that the overall environment is still difficult. So I know everyone want to buy Bitcoin at lower price, but the truth is like nobody know exactly what price is the real bottom. So that's why like in the bear market, the most important thing is not to panic. Like the most important thing is to build, hold good assets, and be patient. Like for me, I still believe that the market will come back in the next bull cycle. Like crypto has gone through many difficult periods before, but real builders and patient holders are usually the one who benefits when the cycle turns. So hold your Bitcoins. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for your marked insight for this question. Okay, then we have question 5, and this question is only for Roman. Well, based on your own experience or observations, what could you share about trading TradFi assets? In what ways is this similar to crypto trading?
Interesting. The honest similarity is the access is different, but the human is identical. So whether it's the tokenized stock or the meme coin, people make the same mistake and they chase what pumping, they oversize and they buy the top of FOMO. They have no plan and no record of why they enter. So the rapper chance and the psychology doesn't. That's the single most useful thing I have learned watching both worlds. The different people things matter. Stock are saver and crypto is white. Get overstate one is tokenized and tokenized TradFi assets still trade on the volatile and 24 hours every days and sentiment driven market. So user who works in thinking is a stock and is the stage and can actually cause off the guard and because they're treating it with the privilege error assumption in the crypto space environment. So this tie trends into the how we think about XRX. Our whole positioning of the Southeast Asian is education by the discipline first and help user keep records, review their own trader and understand their real risk because as TradFi assets grow onto this platform, the winner will be the exchange with the longest listing page and they will be the ones whose user actually understand what they're holding and don't blow themselves product. So that's the platform we building towards and again it's something we want our yearly user help share and not just consumption.
Okay, great. Thanks, Roman. Well, guys, that's all the time we have for our structured questions. A massive thank you to our brilliant guest for sharing your incredible and valuable insights today. Well, we know the crypto platforms are now listing traditional assets like SpaceX tokens. Even as BTC and ETH price drop, traders should watch how this shift to TradFi on crypto exchanges change the market. Okay, please stay tuned with us at CoinW. That's a warp. Thanks everyone and catch you later. Okay, thank you guys and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye bye. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you. Bye.